Welcome to episode 2 of Humiliated. It's weird because we did like 20 episodes last year, but...
Season 2, how about that?
Season 2, episode 2. Our first episode, we had Elena Banfield, who was one of Larry Nassar's victims.
No way.
So I don't know if you have anything...
Well, she shouldn't be humiliated by that. He should be humiliated.
No, that wasn't even her story. That just happened to happen.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
She must have been really good at gymnastics then.
No,
I guess, right?
I don't think he had a preference if you were good or not. I think he just molested whoever.
Yeah, but like to get into the top 100, like that's like credit for
Top 100 what?
Top 100 people that he diddled or whatever. I would say.
I think she said he molested like 500 women.
Oh.
So she was top. How many gymnasts are in Michigan? You know?
Still, I mean, I think that's pretty high honors.
Yeah. It's always good to start a podcast episode talking about the last episode and then not even introducing the guest. Our guest is a very special guest. We've been trying to do this episode now for 6 years, I think.
Probably.
We've been canceled a lot. Hilarious comic, May Planert, all the way from...
The West Village.
The West Village, yes. How's everything?
It's great. Yeah.
It's only episode 2. I'm still learning how to intro podcast.
You're nailing it.
Am I really?
Smooth. This is like butter.
It's not coming off as very unprepared.
It's coming off great.
So you're not from New York originally, right?
No, I'm from Massachusetts.
What part? You're from the...
From Cape Cod, actually.
Really?
Yes.
Like actually born and raised there?
Mm-hmm.
What are the kids like there? I mean, like growing up.
Drug addicts.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Is it really like there's a big like opioid problem, right?
There is, yeah. There's actually a documentary about us a few years ago. Yeah, so.
What's the documentary?
Not to brag, it's on HBO. It's called Heroin USA.
And it's in Cape Cod?
It is, yeah.
What is it about Cape Cod that makes them all...
I don't know. I guess boredom.
Really?
Maybe? Or like, I mean, the summers are great, but then the winters are pretty boring. I guess it's sort of like any suburban town.
Is
really.
that when the opioids pop out? Is that when people start doing them?
So, well, I think what happened was it's a bunch of like rich kids that had Oxy, and then Oxy moves to heroin, I guess.
Okay, Oxy's like classier, right?
Yeah.
It's like more if you're gonna do it.
Yeah, do Oxy. That's like super hot and really attractive.
But from what I've read, there's like really no difference, right? For the most part.
So I hear. I haven't done either of them. But
you've never done Oxy?
I've never done Oxy. Have you?
No. But,
okay.
But no, because you said everyone in Cape Cod. Were you pressured?
Well, I was so afraid to do it. No, because like by the time I was growing up, like everybody sort of knew what was up. But I think like my brother, who is 5 years older than me, a lot of his friends got into that.
Okay.
Because then it was like too late, kind of thing.
Yeah. He did Oxy?
I mean, I don't know. He's not an addict, but he might have done it once or twice or something like that. Yeah.
What about friends growing up? Did you have any?
I did, yes. I mean, I would say like everyone from my hometown probably knows somebody who either is an active addict or we lost.
Ever anyone like close to you that abused drugs?
Oh, yeah.
Really? Like friends?
Yeah. And then I went to private school. So my parents, I think, saw the writing on the wall and was like, get the...
Oh, they took you out?
Yeah, but not in like a bad way. I played hockey, so I got a hockey scholarship.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Shit.
Ice hockey.
Wow.
And I'm not a lesbian, if you can believe it.
No, married to a man?
Yeah, married to a man.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's the first on this podcast. That's crazy. So you were just infested with drugs.
I guess so. Yeah. But wow. I don't like downers, which I think probably saved me too.
Which are the downers now?
The downers would be like heroin, Oxy, like Percocet, Vicodin.
What exactly does it mean if it's a downer?
Like it makes you, like weed is a downer. Like you just kind of, you just like chill out, where like I like the uppers, which would be like Adderall, Coke.
Coke, yeah. All on this podcast we have.
What's your drug of choice?
Now or just in general?
In general, before, and then also now.
Well, you said Adderall was a downer?
No, it's an upper.
Yeah, in college, I used to abuse the shit out of Adderall all the time.
I think everybody did.
I went to school in New England.
Where?
Quinnipiac.
Oh, yeah.
Which a lot of kids from Eastern Mass went there, actually.
Yeah.
Not necessarily Cape Cod, but like the East Shore. So
yeah.
And Adderall was a big thing.
Mm-hmm. I love Adderall.
Yeah. Oh, it's great. I haven't done it in a while. I did it back in March when I was in LA.
Really?
And it's weird because like it's been about 8 years since I did it, and then when I did do it, I kind of recognized the feeling.
Yeah.
And it took me a minute to guess what was going, because you take the Adderall, it takes a little bit to kick in.
Yeah. It's like, I don't know. Adderall is very much like everything's going great.
Yes.
And you're so excited, and then you start to get like angry. At least I do. Like I'll say things that I shouldn't say, or like I'll yell at somebody for no fucking reason.
It's like cocaine in that sense.
It is.
But yeah,
you say and do a lot of regrettable things. You can tell when people are on Adderall.
Yeah.
It's like an edginess to them, and you're like, okay.
Yeah.
You want to be skinny that bad. Like now you're just skinny and you're a fucking bitch. So who cares?
Yeah, listeners, comment what drugs you like to take, uppers, downers. Yeah, that is true about Adderall. I never really. There is like you. I mean, you have to keep it's like any upper. You have to keep taking it.
Yeah. Do you take any Adderall like to get through your day? I find that insane that people just
not anymore. I haven't done it
Yeah.
since college, really.
Oh, okay.
Minus the last time I did it. But I used to. I mean, it got to the point where I'd have to take 2 pills.
Oh no.
Yeah.
So what is that? How many milligrams? I guess you might not remember.
I don't remember. Too much.
Too much.
Remember many nights waking up to the sun rising because you don't sleep. Like.
Yeah. No. That's not gonna work.
You don't sleep on Adderall at all.
No, you don't.
And it's like one of those things where it's very much like Coke, where you could start to feel the feeling go away.
Yeah.
It starts fleeting and you're like, well, I need more or else.
Yeah, it's not going to work. That is not like conducive to an adult lifestyle.
No. See, at least with drinking, it's like, all right, if you're drunk, you're good for a while.
Yeah. And it's like, all right, you get drunk and then you wake up in the morning, you deal with it.
Yeah.
Whatever.
So so growing up, but you never did. Adderall was as far as it went growing up.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, Coke and stuff too. But
what was like your craziest drug experience growing up?
I don't know. I didn't really go that crazy, honestly.
Yeah.
I would say like this wasn't growing up, but this was after college. I went to some because I moved here and I was like
After college.
I went to Boston for a year and then I moved here right after that. So I was probably like 22, 23.
Okay.
And I remember being like, oh, I have to go to like a Brooklyn warehouse party because that's what people do.
Yeah.
And I did. And then I was on like Adderall, weed, alcohol, Coke, and then I found like Molly somewhere. And I was like, I can't believe there was one point that I was doing Coke to sober up.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is not normal.
Yeah.
Great night though. A lot of fun.
I've only done Molly twice. I did Molly at the Barstool Blackout tour.
Really?
In Connecticut when I was in college.
Yeah.
Molly's crazy.
Is that back when Barstool used to have the smoke shows dancing?
That's what it was.
So funny. Yeah.
Yeah, Molly is, if you've never done it, do it once.
Yeah.
That's my advice for Molly. Do it once, because it's like you get so happy to the point where you make stupid mistakes. You lose your like inhibitions kind of.
No, for sure. Actually, one time a fan gave my husband Mark, if anybody doesn't know that's listening, my husband is Mark Normand, and we went to Paris, and some fan had given him what they said was Molly, and we took it right before we went into the Louvre, and it was for sure meth.
Really? What's the difference?
I mean, it wasn't fun at all,
yeah.
And like we were just like tweaking the rest of the night, and it was not fun at all. It kind of like ruined our vacation.
Really?
So thanks a lot, fan.
Just for one night?
Just for one night, yeah.
What is meth like? What does it feel like?
Well, first of all, we both so we were in the Louvre, and then we took this, whatever the fuck it was, and then we both had to shit immediately. So then we spent like...
How long does it take to kick in, the meth?
I don't know if it was actually meth, but whatever it was, it was like instant. Honestly, like super instant.
So you go to shit.
So we go to shit, and so me and Mark are now spending like fucking half an hour away from each other, just in lines texting each other like, what the fuck is this? This is crazy.
My God.
And we were like sweating and like jittery, and we couldn't like get a full sentence out. We were like cutting each other off.
Why do people do meth then? It doesn't sound fun.
I did not enjoy it at all. But you know what's interesting? I've heard actually, because obviously everyone's like afraid to try heroin and you should be.
Yeah, don't do heroin.
Don't do heroin. That's my hot take.
Especially if you're a kid.
But like I feel like I've heard people say that they've tried it once and then puked and hated it. And heroin, yeah. So like I guess it just, some things affect people differently.
Yeah. Wow, that's crazy. You did meth at the Louvre.
Not intentionally. I want to make that clear.
Wow.
Not intentionally.
So
I don't even know what the fuck it was.
Did people know? Did anyone say anything?
I don't think so. I mean, maybe they did. They probably were just like, oh, these Americans are fucking idiots.
Wait, so that's only the first half hour. So you go into the bathroom.
And then we came out, we looked at all the art and whatever the fuck you're supposed to do in the Louvre. But the whole time we were just couldn't shut the fuck up about what the fuck that was.
Yeah. And you both had the same reaction?
Yeah, we were like, we are not having fun.
Wow. And when does it wear off, or it just kind of lasts the whole night?
It honestly lasted like 5 hours. So maybe it wasn't, I don't know what the fuck it was, but it wasn't fun.
Really? What does tweaking mean? You just
like how you would feel when you have too much Adderall.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's almost like a caffeine rush.
Yeah.
Wow. So you've been humiliated before?
I have been humiliated before. It was actually funny. Before I came here, I was asking Mark, I was like, this is such a funny question, but when's the last time I've been like totally humiliated in front of you? And he was like, well, remember when this is fucking insane. So like when we were first dating, this was probably like the second time we hooked up.
How'd you guys meet?
So I went to a show at the Stand actually. And
what was a few years ago?
This was like very long time ago, like 6 years ago, I guess.
Oh, so you've been together a while.
Yeah, we've been together a while. And so I was there with a date who I fucking hated. I had like no interest in this guy. No, not a comic. And we were like watching the show and Mark was on the show and I was like saying to my friend, I was like, I really liked that guy, like whatever. And she was like, why don't you just like shoot him a DM? What's Mark. And so I did. And then we hung out like a week later.
Really? What'd you guys do?
We went to a bar at like 11:30 at night.
Wow.
Yeah, and a lot of my friends were like, at the time, they were like, "Oh, I don't think this guy really likes you," and I was like, "I don't think you get it," and they were like, "I don't think you get it."
Yeah, no, they don't get it.
They don't get it because I was like, he is making time for me. This is just like when he could make time, and they were all like, "You're making a fucking fool out of yourself right now."
But he wasn't as big then, 6 years ago. Right?
No, he was not. He was actually like. I mean, he was opening for Schumer and stuff, so he had some like good things going, but he wasn't. I mean, certainly not at the success level he's at right now.
Yeah.
Obviously, it was 6 years ago.
So what did he say when you asked him that question about when you were humiliated?
Oh, so sorry. So we had like literally this is probably like the second time we hung out, and I don't know what it is because it hasn't happened since. But he came over after doing sets or whatever, and
this is the second time you hung out.
Second time we had sex. And so probably like third time we hung out, honestly.
Oh my God.
So he's in my room and like for some reason, like the way that we were having sex, like, you know, when like you first start to get to know someone and like it's always awkward and like whatever. He like pulls out and I swear to God, I was like, I must have queefed like 6 times. And it was literally like, I kept being like, sorry, queef, sorry. And we were like laughing so fucking hard. It was
that
like,
where Chief Queef comes from?
Maybe. He called my house the Queef Palace after that for a long time.
What do you think it was? Just nerves?
I think it was nerves and like, I think specifically in doggy style when you're not.
Is that what it was?
Yeah, okay. But like, you know what? The air gets in there sometimes if like you're in a weird angle. But the funny part is that obviously we do that position now and it doesn't happen.
So it could have been nerves.
Yeah.
But do you queef when you get nervous? I never heard of it.
No. I don't think so. I think I'm just like a queefy gal in general.
How do you try to stop a queef? Like how
you can't.
You can't.
You can't. It's not like
it's not farting.
It's not like a fart. No, like it's gonna come out, and it's so embarrassing.
I've never actually heard one before.
Are you serious?
I don't, unless I maybe have and just didn't realize it. But
no, I mean,
it sounds like a fart.
It sounds like a fart.
Like exactly, pretty much.
Kind of, but it's really funny. I mean, they're very funny.
But you had just met him, so you didn't know his reaction, what it was going to be.
No, I mean, we were fucking dying laughing, but I was like, that was probably the most unattractive thing that's ever happened, and I'm never going to see this guy ever again.
Really?
Yeah.
So the next few days, did you fully expect that he wasn't going to like call you, like text you back?
I mean, I knew that I was on like thin ice in terms of attractiveness.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, obviously also like Mark was not wanting for attention from women, we'll say that. Like there was a lot of women around him then and now. Get your fucking paws off my man.
Hear that, listeners? Stop it. Damn it.
But so I was like, okay, well, I just fell to fucking number 18 on this roster.
Oh God. Yeah, when you queef, you're gonna fall a little bit.
Especially when you queef 6 times in a row.
Yeah. Shit. It's like declaring bankruptcy, kind of.
For a man, yeah.
Now,
exactly.
okay, so what happened the next day? Did you text him, or what? Did you, like, apologize? Or?
I don't remember. I think we made light of it. We made some jokes. It was like an inside joke after that, but...
Wow, so there was no repercussions.
No. What was he gonna do? Fucking stone me in the middle of the street? Like, what do you want me to?
I don't know. Just be like, hey, I'm really upset that you.
No, I didn't shit in the bed. Like
that would be wild.
Yeah, I didn't do anything that bad.
Imagine you queefed and shit in the bed at the same.
Oh my god,
that would be bad.
Could happen.
And you said it never happened again with him.
Not really. I mean, like, not really. No, which is like so weird. I mean, I've definitely queefed with other guys. Remember, there was like, I don't know what I was doing in the bedroom that's different than what I'm doing now.
Yeah.
But there was probably like 6 months where like every time I hooked up with a guy, like I couldn't enjoy it because in my head I was just like, don't queef, don't queef,
but you didn't.
And sometimes I did.
So after that time you queefed with Mark. Did you hook up with another guy, or was straight just Mark pretty much from that? Because that was young. You were still newly dating.
I was still newly dating. No, I've never hooked since I've started hooking up with Mark. I've never hooked up with anybody else.
Okay. And did you guys ever you dated straight through for 6 years?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. So do you think if there was like a new guy, say Mark's whatever, say there was just another guy and you were nervous, you think it would happen again?
I mean, it could, because I wonder if it's almost like penis vagina shapes. Like my vagina was like getting used to his shape.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Wow. I never thought
that makes sense, right?
It's like a geometry lesson.
Well, I heard this from a friend, and I have no idea if this is true, and it really doesn't make any sense, but let's just go with it. I heard that like if you're with someone long enough that your vagina like shapes to their penis.
Interesting. That can't be true.
That can't be true,
There's
right?
no way. I mean, is there? Well, I mean,
no, I don't think so.
I joked on the last episode. Once we get more successful as a podcast, we'll be able to get an intern to Google this stuff. But right now, we can't afford an intern. But
yeah,
do penis and vagina shapes come together?
They might.
So, in your life, you've done meth at the Louvre and queefed.
I've queefed a lot. Date. Yeah, queefed a lot on a second date. I'm trying to think of like what else.
6 times. What was the time span for the 6 times?
Like consecutively, I'm telling you.
Oh, just like boom, boom, boom.
Yes,
queef. Oh my God.
It was extremely unattractive.
Yeah, no, it's not.
But somehow I made it out alive. I don't know.
This is at your place, right?
This is not my place.
That's crazy. And that's the only time that's ever happened, you said, right?
I mean, I've queefed with other guys. Yeah, we've been on this queefing topic
It's just incredible. It's a queef journey.
It's a queef journey. Yeah.
Wow. I mean, there's nothing that could top that, I wouldn't imagine. I feel like that's every girl's worst nightmare.
Yeah.
Every woman's worst nightmare.
Well, a lot of like period stuff too. I mean, I've done the classic bleeding through my dress. You know.
What was that? What happened then?
Well, every girl has bled through their dress at one point or another.
And people saw it?
Oh, people saw it.
Where was this?
In fucking middle school. Everybody else.
Wait, what happened?
FYI, any girl in middle school that has a sweatshirt tied around their waist has bled through their pants.
Oh, that's what that is.
That's what that is.
Damn it. Wait, so what happened?
I mean, I was just in middle school, and obviously I was like new to having my period.
Yeah. What does it feel like?
To get my period or to bleed through my dress? Both.
I guess both. Like the first few times you get your period, what is that like?
I mean, here's what I like, because you've never really, like, female masturbation is all up top. You know what I mean?
What do you mean?
Like, I'm not like fingering myself.
You don't?
No.
What do they do, women, when they do that?
I mean, for me, I'm all up top, outside, right? So like, I'm not familiar with the inside of my vagina.
Really?
Not really, no.
Maybe that's why you queefed.
Maybe that's why I queefed.
It wasn't getting enough attention.
But when I first got my period, I remember obviously like my sister was like, here's tampons, use these or whatever.
She didn't sound very concerned.
Why would they be concerned?
I don't know.
So, anyway, so I was like in there for a while, and I asked her from the outside, like from the other side of the door, I was like, I was like, I don't have a hole. I don't know what you want me to say. Like,
what do you mean you don't have a hole?
I didn't think that I had a hole. And my sister was like, I promise
like a vagina hole?
You have a hole. Yes.
Wow.
I think probably this is very common for a lot of women. Like when they first have to put a tampon in, they're so unfamiliar with their own fucking vagina that like people are putting it in their asshole and shit.
Wait, women you've put a tampon in your asshole?
Yes.
What?
Yes.
But don't you just know it's in the wrong spot?
I do know it's in the wrong spot now, but like when I was 13, I was like, I don't know what the fuck.
What?
Actually,
Wait,
I got my period at 11, so I really was like, I don't know.
is that like just like a New England thing?
It's a new
Getting your period at a young age?
I think it's a hormones and milk thing.
Wow. So did she help you? Was she have any help at all?
I mean, she was like outside and she was like, I fucking promise you have one. And I was
Outside
like,
of where?
Outside of the bathroom door.
At school?
No. Sorry, at my house.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when the first period, what do you feel? Like, what does it feel like?
I mean, you feel shitty. You feel moody and...
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you didn't know what it was.
I mean... No, because my parents don't really. I mean, that's the thing. My mom never like sat down and told me what the fuck was what. She just sort of like sat down. I remember I got my period. She put me on birth control immediately. She was probably like, "This one's a fucking slut."
How did she explain it to you?
She was basically just like, "This is gonna come once a month now, and you have to wear these fucking tampons. That's it."
Wow, and it only ends when you hit menopause, right?
Yeah. Well, right now I don't get a period because I have an IUD in. That's the way to do it.
Explain that to our listeners. They're mostly incels. What is it in Germany? What is an IUD?
In Germany?
We get a huge fan base in Germany.
Really?
Well, the old one did. I don't know if it's.
You should tour Frankfurt or whatever the fuck.
Really, with this pod?
Yeah.
And just ask people what a tampon is?
Yeah.
Wait. So what is an IUD? Because I've heard about. I know what it is.
You don't know what it is?
I know what it is, but I don't know the exact contraption.
Have you read?
Yeah, right. That's the next question. No, yeah, I've been with women who are like, "Oh, I have an IUD," but I don't.
So you couldn't feel it? Let me ask you that. Because I've heard before men have been like, "Oh, I can feel your IUD," and I'm like, seriously?
Maybe.
Okay.
See, I guess I don't know whether they have it in or not. Maybe everyone I've slept with has had it in, so I just can't even tell the difference.
I guess. But like, it's funny because I've had guys tell me that they can feel the IUD, and then when I go to the gynecologist, which by the way, an IUD is a thing that they put in your cervix, and it like stops the sperm. I don't know how.
Yeah.
Karate chops it or whatever the fuck.
How effective is it?
It's like 100% effective.
Oh, so there's like no. So okay, so
it's like 99.9%.
So you don't even need a condom as long as you trust the person.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
Yeah.
But does this hurt the condom industry?
Probably.
Wow. I mean, we're all over the place.
We are all over the place.
So you get your period first time.
Yes.
Now, do you bleed out your vagina hole every day for a week?
That's how periods work, yeah.
And how often do you have to change the tampon? I feel like this is a sex ed. This really just feels like a sex ed class in high school at this point.
This is the funniest line of questions.
Yeah.
It depends on the flow, James.
But you know when you have to change it?
Yeah.
Wow.
You get the hang of it.
Yeah.
You get the hang of getting a period.
Wow.
This is the funniest podcast ever.
And okay, so you got your first one at 11. When did you stop getting them? When did you get your first IUD?
When I was like 25.
Wow. So
Yeah.
every week, every month for 14 years, you had to wear a tampon.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I will again at some point.
Why? How come?
Because I want to have kids, so I have to take my IUD out.
Oh, I'm so dumb. I thought the IUD just like expired.
So first of all, it does expire, and it's been expired for 2 years, and I just still have it.
Why?
Because I'm like, it's still working. Like, I don't have my period still, so I'm like,
Do you feel it?
no.
Okay.
Yeah.
How did they get it in there, the doctor?
I don't know.
Are you
They just stick it in there.
Are you under anesthesia when they do it?
No, you're
Oh.
not. So
Well,
last time when I got mine put in, I was under I took a shitload of Xanax because I was like, fuck this.
yeah.
And it
How lo-
sucked.
How long does it take?
I mean, the actual thing takes like 30 seconds, but then you're like, it hurts wicked bad for like a week.
That's like when I got laser eye surgery.
You did?
Yeah, back in 2020.
What did you? How do you feel?
Now, great.
Yeah.
But it's very similar. It's like everyone thinks like the procedure's not that bad. It's the after, which is fucking sucks. Like the next, I'd say 3 to 5 days.
I'm afraid of getting that because I have horrible vision, but I was afraid of getting
great.
it.
Once you get it, it's great.
Okay.
What, do you have contacts now?
Yeah.
No, I recommend it.
Okay.
It's $5,000. It's not cheap, but
yeah, but I mean,
for great eyesight forever.
Yeah, it's pretty good. How did you know that it was time to get it done though? Because I've heard that if your eyes are even changing like slightly, that you should wait.
Well, you go for a you go to the doctor. They give you like they let you know if you qualify. Okay. They test your eyes and everything, and some people don't qualify. Yeah. But I did.
Good for you.
Yeah. It's just so, painful is not even the word. It's just so irritating because they have to keep your eye open. Yeah. And they have to clean all the like shit that could be in it. It's like very irritating because you want to blink and you can't.
That's so weird.
And then you have to wear these sunglasses after, and it's like your eyes are like shut for 2 days.
Oh shit.
But they'll start like watering. Wow. Which is weird. It's crazy.
That's so scary.
It is. And you basically just like take sleeping pills and go to sleep.
Yeah. Fuck.
So I imagine that's what like getting your periods like.
Have you ever seen you've seen like the videos of them doing it, right? Where they make the incision and they flap it over? No. Yeah, don't see those.
No. Yeah. Well, I got it already, but.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Wow. Periods.
And
then that. Wait, how did that come up? Oh, because you said it's like quick.
Yeah. Okay, let me ask you this, because I know it's supposed to be about my humiliation, but what's like the most humiliating thing that's ever happened to you on stage? Have you already talked about that on the pod?
Okay. You know what? No, but I'm open to it. Well, you first. And then I'll do mine.
I mean, I think for me, I was like blackout drunk, and it was well, this is just in recent history. I'm sure there was a more embarrassing one, but like, I was like super, super, super drunk. And
when was this?
This was probably like 6 months ago. Okay. And it was a sold out room. I'll tell you offline what club it was at. Oh no. And it was a sold out room. Like everyone before me was killing. And it was one of those days that I had like 8 margaritas, but I thought like
a Tuesday.
Yeah. But I was like, I was like, oh, enough time has passed. Like, I'll be fine.
Was there an occasion?
No. Okay. I was just at the Soho House. Okay. And I had like 11 fucking drinks, but I had the 11 drinks over the course of like 6 hours. You were probably
in the sun too. Which
that
makes
too.
It worse. Yeah.
So I guess it was more than 6 months ago. I guess it was last summer. Okay. And it was such a fucking shit show. Like, I was like slurring my words, and like it was like.
Now, did you know when you were up there? Like, this is bad.
Yes. Okay. Like when I was up there, I was like, oh my God. I thought I was gonna be banned.
Really? Yeah. Did you get laughs? Did you do well?
No. No, I didn't. I think people were like looking on in horror. Really? I really think so. I think that people were like, oh, like I think people were like, land the plane, like you can do it.
I can't picture you like sloppy like that.
Yeah, it was like a one and done kind of thing because I got like overly confident and that I could handle it. And then after that, every time I have a set there or otherwise, I'm like, okay, I have to cut myself off because that can't happen again. It was like the shittiest feeling ever. It was insane. Yeah. I just felt insane. Like you're just on stage being like, I am bombing my ass off and there's nothing I can do about it. And the conditions for not bombing could not be better.
Did anyone say anything after?
No one said anything. And I like really overthought it. I think it might have been worse in my mind than it was in reality.
You didn't record it?
I did record it, but I didn't want to ask for the tape because I didn't want to like draw attention to it.
My sweet spot before I go up, if I do drink, is like 2 drinks before I go up. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Calms you down a little bit.
Yeah, you're like a little looser, but you're not like.
Yeah, but not 11. 11
is too many. It's too many to do anything.
Yeah, I'd say 11 of a thing is a lot.
Yeah.
You do 11.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
But there were no repercussions?
No.
Okay, good.
No. What about you?
It was Skankfest 2018. Yeah, 2018. I was slated to do the naked roast. Okay. Now, Skankfest is a very busy. It was back when it was in Brooklyn Bazaar. Yeah. I mean, you got at least 400 people. I don't even know how they fit.
Yeah.
Because Brooklyn Bazaar is not gigantic.
Right.
I was planning to do the naked roast at midnight.
Okay.
So I get there at 3
Yeah.
in the afternoon, and it's Skankfest. They give you edibles, and they
Yeah.
basically you've done Skankfest, right?
I actually haven't.
Really?
I'd love to. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. They give you like edibles, like goodie bags of edibles. So I take one at 3,
Okay.
thinking, all right, 9 hours I'll be fine.
Yeah.
I took 4, but
Yeah.
and it's just not. I'm just very high, and it's like 6 o'clock. Okay, by 12 I'll be good.
Fuck.
8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock. Still super high. I have to get naked. I go so
You're
stoned.
rock hard.
No, not at all, actually.
Can you imagine?
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
So I'm so stoned. Like, I was so high I could, like, barely even take my clothes off for the naked roast.
Yeah.
And I get up there, totally.
Who are you roasting?
Keith Carey. He's an LA comic.
Okay.
Who was not high.
Okay.
But Artie Lang judged, which is like,
Yeah,
he's
was
kind
he
of
high?
a big deal. I don't know. He was naked though.
Oh my God.
The judges are naked.
What did he? Wow.
Well, they're sitting down.
Yeah.
They're at the judges' table. It's supposed to be
Okay.
like a serious thing, but everyone's naked.
Yeah.
So I go up stoned, fully naked.
Yeah.
You couldn't even wear socks.
Oh fuck.
In front of, I'd say, about 400
But were you
people.
wearing shoes?
No.
Oh, so you're just
Fully
barefoot.
naked on just like a titanium stage, just high as fuck. Like the type of high, like you could just go to bed. You know?
Whoa.
And they're like...
That sounds like a fucking nightmare.
400 people, I would say.
Yeah.
Naked, high as fuck, 400 people. And then Keith comes up, not high, also naked. Doesn't help that his dick is much bigger than mine. That's just icing on the cake.
Yeah.
And so it actually starts really well. My first 2 jokes do well. And then I tell a joke, and I don't know what I was doing exactly, but I pull the mic away from my mouth.
Yeah.
So I just tell a joke, and no one hears it.
Oh fuck.
And it's just like, what are you doing?
Yeah. That's like out of a movie, being wicked high and being
Naked.
just
I
naked
mean,
in
that's the
front of all
shit.
these
That's
people.
like Remember as a kid, everyone has a nightmare. They're walking around naked.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
That's crazy.
That was it. And no one
Damn.
said anything bad after.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd have to say that was it. There was also a 420. I won't name the club. Also, it was 420. I smoked a lot, and then I ended up doing that show at like 11:30. And my logic was, it's 420. No one will be there. Why would that be my
Right.
logic?
Yeah.
Well, you actually, when you really think of it, 420 really isn't that big of a holiday.
No, it's not.
It's really not. So
I see your logic though, where it's like,
Yeah.
who would want? I always think that, like, even in the summer when there's wicked nice days out, I'm like, what are you people doing? I'm so grateful you're here, but why?
Yeah. So I go up. It's packed. I'm super high. My first question is, hey, who's celebrating 420? Is anyone high? Literally packed house, one woo.
Oh,
Just
no.
one person's high. That's
Fuck.
it. And I think it just got to the point where my heart was racing. My anxiety was like so through the roof.
Yeah.
That like midway through, I just had to be like, yeah, I'm super high right now. Sorry. Like,
Yeah.
And then it is like a weight off your shoulder then, but
You know what I've always done really well on is like taking shrooms, but like a little bit of shrooms, like half an hour before a set.
I've done that.
I've done really well. I've done that twice, and both of them, I'm like, did I do really well, or was I just high and I thought I did really
Yeah.
well? I can't tell. But in my mind, I was crushing.
Yeah, I did shrooms once before I went on stage, and it does honestly feel like, for me at the time, it just felt like the whole audience was on stage with me.
Oh.
It just feels like everyone's really close, to the point where I think I said, like, can you guys all back up or something? Can you move back now?
Oh, I thought you meant like spiritually.
No, it
Oh,
felt like
okay.
they were just sitting on stage.
Oh,
Like,
weird.
It was weird, yeah.
Yeah, that is weird.
It was. Those are the three most embarrassing, I'd say.
Yeah.
It usually
Do
involves...
you get embarrassed easily?
Yes.
You do?
I do.
Okay.
I have bad anxiety.
Yeah.
What about you?
I think so, but I can't like think of any times that I was irrationally embarrassed. I can think of times that I should have been embarrassed and I was.
Like,
but,
what was another time?
Does
Does anything match the queef story?
Mark's reminded me of something else that was wicked fucking embarrassing that now I forget. I mean, I've definitely like gotten really drunk and yelled at people. That's fucking embarrassing.
Really? Yeah, that was a thing, especially in college.
Yes. Oh my God.
For no reason, right?
For no reason.
Yeah.
You look back and I'm like, what the fuck was I dealing with? Because I would just like yell at my friends
I would get
for no reason.
insanely mean.
Yeah, me too.
I was a big blocker. I'd block people for no reason when I got drunk.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's funny.
I've blocked, pretty much everyone at least once.
Yeah. I've done some tweeted some really embarrassing things.
What'd you tweet? Like a Roseanne Barr situation?
Yeah. Well, I think like I like tweeted some mean stuff at some girl that was being mean to me, and
What'd you say?
I was like, there was some girl who was like getting my goat. I don't remember the exact situation.
Goat, like the animal?
Yeah, like, you know, even now that expression, that person like gets my goat.
No.
It just means like they get under my skin, basically.
She said that about you.
No. She was being a bitch about me. I'll tell you offline.
Okay.
And
do I know the person?
You might.
Okay.
But anyway, so then I like retweeted something that she said, and I was like, "Oh, this is convenient. Do you only like support women when it like suits your agenda or something like that?" And I like woke up the next morning and I was like, what am I, fucking insane? Like, I'm like picking a fight with this crazy lunatic.
Oh man, fucking the getting blackout and then reading the text the next day. Oh.
Sometimes I just delete the text because I can't deal with it.
Sometimes, all the time.
I used to, like, back when me and Mark were dating and I was super insecure, back when that was true.
Yeah, back when that was a thing.
Yeah, no, I'm still wicked fucking insecure.
No, come on.
But yeah, back when I was super insecure and he would be like on the road and whatever, and like, I don't know, I would get so fucking drunk with my friends. This was back when I was doing a bunch of coke too, so I would just like rage text him
like
all
a week
this
ago.
Yeah. But I was like, oh man, I don't even want to think about the things that I used to. I really put him through the ringer. I queefed all over him.
You
I
queefed
sent
in his
him
face.
rage texts at like 3 a.m. all the time.
What did you used to say to him?
I don't even remember. Like, I would just get super fucking pissed and like there would be like novels.
Yeah. Really? I remember one time my freshman year of college, this girl dumped me like literally 3 weeks before school ended, and we went out drinking, and this is the most I ever drank, I think.
Yeah.
And I think I just fucking tweeted. No. I had a BlackBerry. You ever have a BlackBerry? You know?
I never had one, but I thought they were so cool at the time.
Do you know how you could make the away message?
No.
You could like make a status basically.
Okay. So the BlackBerry had its own network.
Yeah.
Okay.
Basically like a Facebook status. I think I just said, Catherine, give us the worst blowjobs ever. That was just my status.
Did she?
No. I was just.
She's like, I'll prove it.
Yeah.
I'll prove it to all your friends.
I was just mad that this person dumped me. I hate getting dumped. Not that anyone likes it, but I like. Because they're always like, people are always like, oh, it's not about you, and it's not. But I always take it.
It fucking is, though.
It is.
Like,
of course it is.
Yeah. Yeah. When's your last relationship?
Oh, it's been about a year-ish.
Okay.
Year and change.
Yeah.
Yeah, not counting like flings. Like I have a lot of flings.
Don't you find sometimes that like I've only had 2 boyfriends before Mark, and both of the other boyfriends, like, we pretty much separated like amicably.
Yeah.
But I've had like situationships where I was like hooking up with a guy for 6 months or like something like that.
Maybe not 6 months, but like
yeah, but like, you know, whatever. And but then they always dump me, or they did always dump me, and I was like, that hurt so much more than if a boyfriend walked away from me. Because I was like, what the fuck? I was like, you can't even be bothered to have sex with me?
Yeah.
Like, that's like pretty low. I was like,
at least for me, and I think for most people, there's no scenario where someone ends it or dumps or whatever, and there's not like a competition to see who wins that breakup.
Totally.
Always. It's private. It's a quiet competition.
It is.
Like,
yeah.
every time.
Yeah.
And then you see they check your stories, and you're like, fuck yeah.
Yeah. Keeping tabs.
Yeah, because that's what it is, I think.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, the other 100 people, no. But
no.
This one person.
They're just scrolling. But that one person, it's targeted.
It's serious. Have you ever rage texted anyone besides Mark? What was like the meanest thing you said when you were drunk?
Ooh. God, I don't know. I was drunk. I have no idea.
Yeah. I've wished death.
I would be honest. I would be honest if I remembered, but I can't think of something horrible I've said.
Have you ever wished death on someone? Have you ever told someone?
I don't think so.
I've been there.
Yeah.
I've rage texted that to a lot of people.
A lot of people.
A handful, yeah.
Okay. North of 1 is quite a bit.
That's pretty serious, yeah.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah.
Oh my God. So you're an angry drunk. You're like me.
No, I mean, here's the thing. If everything's fine in my normal life, then I'm a very happy drunk. But if there's one thing that's bothering me and I'm pretending it's not, if I drink too much, that will come out.
See, I'm a little bit like that. I'm normally a happy drunk, and then the smallest thing will set me off.
Yeah.
Like just like if someone looks at me the wrong way.
Yeah, I take things really personally when I'm drunk too.
Yeah, which
is bad quality.
Really, what's your worst drunk story ever? Like ever from from birth? When was your first time you were drunk? How old?
Probably like 13.
Really?
14.
Well, it's Massachusetts.
Yeah. That's just what we do.
Really?
Yeah.
It probably took 2 beers?
Yeah. I have a really bad story. Oh, I don't even know if I should tell this.
No, it's okay. Our German listeners won't say anything.
Okay, yeah. I don't want Mark to hear. So
he's not watching.
He's not watching. But okay, so this was like an embarrassingly not that long time ago. So me and Laura Sogar, friend of the pod.
We can name drop her.
Yeah, we can name drop her. So we got fucked up, like randomly.
Just went out.
I swear to God, like I don't know what the fuck we were thinking. Like we recorded our podcast, Risque Business. Please listen. And so we recorded our podcast, and sometimes like we used to drink a lot on the podcast, and then after a while we were getting fat, so we were like, okay, well, we can't be drinking, a bottle of wine every time we hang out.
No.
So, this was back when we were doing that. So at that point we had like a bottle and a half of wine just between the two of us. Then we go out to dinner. Then we have more wine. Then we get more wine, bring it back to her house. I'm like,
oh, you're drinking just by her.
Yeah. Like literally it was just me and her. We were we were just super drunk. It was weird.
Sometimes that's the best.
Yeah. I mean, it was fun, but it was ridiculous.
So you're blacking out off wine at Laura's.
Yeah, that's the worst part about it. It was just me and Laura, not even doing anything interesting. At one point, Jake Velasquez came over, and he was probably like, whoa.
Why did he come over? Just
because he was in the area that she lives in, and I was like, oh, I'm at Laura's, like, come pop up. And then, like, the next day when we were recounting it, we were like, oh my God, I totally forgot Jake was there. Like, it was like the weird...
Oh, so you just, like, fell asleep there.
No. Okay, so I go to take it. I call an Uber because I was like, okay, I got to go home. I'm like completely blacked out.
That's so fun.
I don't remember this
wine?
at all. So much. Probably,
like 2 bottles?
Honestly, probably like 5 bottles between 2 girls.
Oh my God.
Genuinely.
How is that possible?
I don't know. It was atrocious. So I call an Uber. I wake up the next day, whatever. I'm in my bed. Everything's fine.
Okay. Yeah. One of my worst stories when I was 17, because I grew up in the suburbs of Queens. So this girl...
What's that mean, Long Island?
On the border, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I was like, yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
Bayside, Queens.
Okay.
But it's similar to Long Island, kind
of.
I go to this girl's house. She's having like a party, and I didn't drink a ton in high school. I drank more towards like senior year.
Yeah.
So I get like blackout. Same situation. Don't remember how I got home.
Yeah.
And apparently, so we had 3 stories. We had the living room, dining room, kitchen. We had my parents' room were upstairs. I was in the basement. Apparently, my mom found me in the basement, just on the floor, covered in throw up, and she said "Stairway to Heaven" was blasting. That's how she found. Like she heard it blasting from
my God.
2 stories up.
Oh shit!
That's how drunk I was, just on the floor.
And she was probably like, "Jesus Christ!"
Yeah, like David Hasselhoff. Remember that video where
he's
eating Wendy's off the floor? It's like that. Yeah. Just covered in like vomit.
Oh,
I know.
Terrible.
That's like hard. You want to make your parents proud.
I know. Actually, you're reminding me of another really embarrassing thing is that I got wicked fucked up in high school, and I was like puking in my thong. Like I was like butt naked in my thong at my house.
Oh, okay.
And
you drank at home?
No, I got dropped off, and then I went to go to bed, and then I just like took all my clothes off and jumped into bed, and then I realized I had to puke. So then I was puking in my bathroom, and my father walked in and just saw me naked puking, and I was like 16.
What did he say about it?
So I was like a woman.
Oh my! What did he say?
He was just like, Jesus fucking Christ. And then the next day, like, wasn't looking at me, and my mom was like, your father saw you naked. And I was like, yes,
really
Mom, I know.
She
does.
sounds like that? I thought that was just an act.
No.
Oh my God, that's insane.
You know what, Mayelaine? You're grounded.
Were they big drinkers?
In like a Massachusetts way. Like they're not alcoholics or anything, but they're like, for like Easter, if I go home, like I'll get handed a Bud Light at 10 a.m. You know what I mean? But
okay.
But it's Easter.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah.
But
see, my parents weren't
not
big
really.
drinkers.
Yeah.
So whenever I did drink a lot, it was like frowned upon.
Yeah.
I also used to regularly replace their vodka with water. Like,
oh yeah. I mean, everybody did.
I did it a lot.
Yeah.
To the point where they didn't even bother like having it anymore.
I mean, like my parents definitely drink. Like if they go out with their friends, like they'll have, a few martinis or like they drink. And like my hangovers are so gnarly now that it's like kind of amazing to me. I'm like, you guys are in your 60s. Like, how the fuck are you not crippling?
It's crazy.
In pain all the time.
I mean, once you're in your 30s, your hangovers are just like
they're
you got
so
hit
bad.
by 7 buses.
I found that red wine is the worst hangover.
Yeah, because the sugar.
Yeah.
Well, I used to drink when the later years of high school and the early years of college, Four Locos. I don't know if you
my God.
familiar.
I actually missed Four Locos because I was in Florence at the time studying abroad because I'm a white girl, so that I'm legally obligated to study abroad in Florence. And because Europe is Europe and they don't allow a bunch of fucking bullshit to be in their stuff, they didn't allow Four Locos. And
I do not blame them.
Yeah. And then by the time I got back to regular college, they'd already been banned.
Yeah.
So I never got to experience them.
Okay. Imagine it's like cocaine and alcohol just mixed.
Sounds amazing. Did people die or something? Why did they?
Yes, that's why they had to. You were off the walls.
Yeah.
Because when you drink, inevitably you kind of get a little tired. You kind of, but with the Four Loko, the caffeine keeps you up.
It's not normal.
Yeah, I mean, there were kids that would like punch holes in walls, and we would damage a lot of stuff.
Oh man.
So, I'm glad it's gone.
Yeah.
And it was $4. You could get absolutely shit-faced hammered for $4.
That's dangerous.
Yeah, it should not.
What did it taste like?
Horrible.
Like gasoline?
Just gasoline, just awful. I mean, just like nothing you would. But like, it's exciting because you've never been that hammered before.
Wow.
And college is already a new experience, so
you
just throw all these things together and.
Yeah. College was fun.
Where'd you go again?
Roger Williams.
Oh, in Rhode Island.
In Rhode Island,
That's like a pretty big party school, right?
It is, and it's like basically like a fucking country club.
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah.
Quinnipiac was the same way. It was more upscale. A lot of New England kids.
Right. It was just like whatever. Like I'm not gonna be a fucking doctor or anything. I'm just gonna like get through college. And I actually graduated early because
they kicked you out.
No, because it was just easy as fuck. So
college was pretty easy.
It was so easy. I didn't do anything.
Like you'd have the long-term papers, but that was it.
Yeah. It was like genuinely felt like one actual assignment.
Laptop in class. You'd just go online and stuff.
Yeah.
I was always hungover. I was hungover all the time in class.
Oh, constantly.
I would drink like before class because Thursday was the big night in college.
Yeah.
Or was that just my school?
No, that's every school.
Yeah. And I think I just adapted that trait even now. Like for me, Thursday is my favorite.
Yeah. Yeah. I like that.
Yeah. Well, I think we covered everything.
Is that it?
Yeah. Unless you have any more stories.
No, I don't think so. I'm going to leave here and be like, fuck, that was a really embarrassing thing that I forgot about.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
No. I mean, that's everything. Do you have anything you want to plug?
Yeah. So follow me on Instagram at _Planert. Same thing on TikTok. I don't really post there, but I should.
You should. TikTok's a lot of fun.
I should. You have a good TikTok.
I have a good TikTok, and I just got my Instagram suspended, so I made a new one.
Why? What? Oh yeah, I saw that. I follow your new one.
But I feel like it's not because I'm doing Austin next week, and I reached out to some. I feel like it's not. No one's taking me like seriously out of town bookers because I have so few followers.
But why the fuck did you?
So I like to post. I don't know if you ever checked my stories in the past, but I like to post things about comics that are like kind of funny but edgy.
Yeah.
Like this person fucking sucks.
Yeah, yeah.
Like this person.
You're obviously joking. Yeah.
Yeah. This person should kill themselves, and I guess. The report, because they send you a report on Instagram.
Oh.
When you get your account suspended, and there were 57 violations, which is
was it basically just like bullying and shit?
That's what they considered it, yeah.
Oh
and they also don't like talks of suicide.
Ugh, whatever.
I know. So I guess it was just, to be fair to Instagram, a lot of times where I would post stuff, they would say, like, this is similar to other things that have been reported.
Okay.
Do you still want to? And I just kept doing it.
Yeah.
But someone showed me now you could actually look to see your account status.
Really?
Like if you're in good standing.
Oh.
So.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. So I have a new Instagram, a good TikTok.
Yeah. What's your new Instagram?
It's at Pontillo Sauce.
I saw the sauce. I like the new Instagram handle.
It's
that's
good.
That's such bullshit. You should be able to transfer your followers over.
I mean, they scrubbed it clean. It's as if the account never existed.
Damn, that's insane to get banned over something so benign as like a.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess it was just the amount of times, the quantity.
I guess.
We're talking years of doing this.
That's true.
Well, I was shadow banned for the longest time, so none of my posts for the last 6 months were like really doing much, unless it was shared by like New York Comedy Club or somewhere else.
Yeah.
But other than that, they never went anywhere. So it's kind of like, I feel like they're actually pushing it now because it's a new account.
Yeah, that's an opportunity, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah. Also,
that's not really embarrassing. I guess it's embarrassing getting your Instagram suspended.
Kind of. Yeah. I wonder if I'm less susceptible to that now because I'm verified. So
yeah, you think that changed? I don't know if it.
I would assume that it would be less success. I don't know. I don't know. We'll find out.
Yeah.
Also, listen to my podcast, Risque Business News. It's about business scandals and just like funny shit that happens.
Do you still have the other one or no?
No, we ended We Were Had, or it's on a hiatus, but I don't think we'll probably go back to it.
That party didn't work.
No,
the We Were Had party.
Oh yeah, we had a really fun party. That was
party,
great
yeah.
party. Great pod too. So listen to past episodes if you want. It's called We Were Had, but
it was you, Max, and Ben.
Yep. And then on the later episodes, Metcalf as well.
That's probably why it ended.
Yeah.
But you had to do a lot of research for that, right?
We did, but like I do way more research for Risky Business.
Explain to our listener, whatever, what Risky Business is.
Risky Business is like, we talk about like piece of shit business people, like the pharma bro or something like that. So
Specific
we'll be like
people every time.
Yeah, or like if something really crazy happens, like I don't fucking know. Like we'll talk about like Elon Musk, what he's up to, like shit like that. Yeah. Big fans of Elon Musk over at Risky Business.
Yeah, love him. I'm sure there's a lot of content there.
Yeah, awesome. Like, listen, he's having fun, and so are we.
He never seems bothered by.
No, I have a lot of respect for him. I mean, he's doing
I don't even know
thing.
What is the hate for him. I don't even just because he's a billionaire.
I guess I don't really. It seems really manufactured. It feels like everybody just decided like we have to hate him, and everyone's like, yeah.
I've heard interviews about him. He seems like a normal, nice guy.
He's great.
He's just like
super
a workaholic.
smart.
He's a workaholic because he's a billionaire.
Right, and he tells these like corny ass jokes. He's just.
Well, he smoked weed on Rogan.
He did. Yeah.
Yeah, he's cool.
Yeah, he is cool.
Well, that was it, folks. Follow Risque Business. Follow May on Instagram. This episode will be out Thursday.
All right.
And on YouTube, Spotify, iTunes, where else? I don't even know. Our editor does all that stuff.
Yeah, podcast app.
But the first one on YouTube got 97 views, so this one has
That's
to
pretty
top.
good.
It's not bad, so hopefully we top it.
That's actually really good for like your first thing.
Yeah, no molestation stories.
Oh, okay.
But on this one, but
yeah, oh yeah.
But I think we had better.
I guess. I wish I could have pulled out of my ass some sort of diddling thing.
Yeah, well, next time.
Next time. All right.
Thank you all for listening. Wow.